And here we are, we're back again. We've got our Face OSC application working, streaming. We filtered out data in our Max for Live device. We're just getting the X position or X coordinate of our face. We've mapped it using the OSC Touch OSC Max for Live device, and we've mapped it to our pan knob on our master fader, but the scale is not working. For some reason, it's all the way to the right. And we said last time that's because this OSC device is expecting values between 0 and 1, whereas our OSC face app, you can see very clearly, is putting out values way above that. I imagine if I got it all the way to the left, that'd probably be 0, and all the way to the right would probably be something like 640. Because I'm going to guess that the diameter of this video is, what is the standard video diameter again? Not size. Oh. Yeah, I reckon we're 640. It's kind of squarish. Anyway, we're somewhere in that ballpark. But that doesn't matter because we're going to set up a system to fix that no matter what is coming in. So to your Max for Live device, open the editor, and we're going to do a little bit of simple logic down the bottom here. So again, we have this is our X coordinate. So if I just put in a little comment here, X coordinate. I hope I've spelled that correctly. Really just want to know if I did spell that correctly. Spelling is not my strong suit. Hey, I did. Fantastic. All right, so this is our X coordinate here. This is where we're giving it an address. So prepend an address. Double D on address. Ah, thank goodness. Lost all confidence. Great. So in between here, we said that we want this number to be somewhere between 0 and 1. So what you would use for that is the ZMap object. So click on this cable going between our X coordinate and the prepend address object. Shift N, and it will create an object they're both connected. We're going to use this object called ZMap. And I think the values that are coming in are somewhere between 0 and with a dot to show that's a float. And it's going to be somewhere above or below 1000 with a dot. So the way this works is we type in the values that we think we're going to get. So that's these. And then we type in the values that we want it to be between. So we want it to actually be between 0 with a dot and then 1 with a dot, meaning they're floating point numbers. So now, if we take a look here, cool. What's coming in is 285, but what's coming out is prepended with an X and then 0.28. And if I move to the left, I'll turn on my thingy here. We can see it's getting scaled down. But so let's see how that works first. And I've just guessed these numbers. Basically, what you need to do is know what the most left value is and what the most right value is. I've had a guess and said the most left will be 0 and the most right will be 1000. I'm going to save this, close this, open up live, and let's see how that is going. Let's look at our track panning now. Okay, cool. We've got some movement on the track panner here. I'm moving to the left. And it's going to the left, and I'm moving to the right. Make sure it's still tracking my face. But see, when I'm as far right as I want to go, that's only in the middle. So wouldn't it be nice if there was a way we could automatically or almost, or at least conveniently set that scale parameter? And we can. So that's what we're going to do right now. So back into your Max for Live device. Down the bottom here, again, I'm going to zoom in a bit. Cool. So, just going to pop these little debugging things over here. So what we want is a way to change this 0 value and this 1000 value to the right value. The way we can do that is we can put a number into this input to change whatever the minimum is. And we can put a number into this inlet to change whatever this maximum value is. So the way I reckon which would be easiest to do this is we just want to essentially move our head all the way to the left, my left anyway, and for this value to be put in here when it's there. So, and then move my head all the way to the right and then press a button and this value to be plugged into there. So the way we can do that is to use a gate. So press N and then type in gate. And I'm going to put the value from our number box into the right of the gate. And you can see this is the incoming gated message. And then I'm going to get this to go into the minimum. So now all I need is a button so that when I move my head all the way to my left anyway, and then bang, press a button, and this gate will open very quickly and put whatever value is in there in and replace this 0 with it. So to do that, we need a toggle. And again, I'll just move this down a little bit. Cool. So now when I toggle the gate, now I'm going to try and do this relatively quickly because I don't want this to be really a max lesson. But notice when I toggle, I've got my thing on and then toggle the gate, the numbers come through. And then when I turn off the gate or toggle, the numbers stop. So basically I just want that to happen, but really quickly, kind of momentarily. So one way I can do that is a bang is something that happens very quickly. So if I, again, bang this, it's on, and then bang it and it goes off. Okay. So basically what I want is just as soon as a number comes in here to turn the toggle off again. So if I use this object, so we're going to go less than, I think this is what I want. Well, there's a bunch of ways you could do this, but basically I've typed in less than 0. And if I use a message box to look at what's coming out, when I turn on the toggle and then we get a face, here we go. We get a 0 and then maybe that's not what I wanted. Do I want it to be greater than 0? If the value is greater than 0, there, we've got a 1. Cool, because what's here is greater than 0. And then what happens if my face goes away? From memory, I think I did this. Now, let's just see what happens if I plug this into here. It's doing what I want in that when I'm here and if I press the bang, it just very quickly takes a snapshot of that value. Now there might be better ways to do this, but for now this is going to work. So basically here we go. This is our little bit of logic here. We can just put that snapshot here. So what it's doing, it's replacing this 0 with that value. And if I just neaten this up a smidge, pop that like that. Cool. All right. So that's our like snapshot button here. And you can imagine that if I copy all of this, take the same number, put it here, take the gate output and put it into the third inlet, this would, when I press this button, it will map our highest value. Cool. So I just copied that and put that here, connected the same number into the toggle and then this to here. Now what I want to do is select these two bangs, right click on them, put them into presentation mode. So add to presentation. Then go into presentation mode by pressing the presentation mode button. Zoom out a lot. Move these up to the top left corner. And there's one other thing we need to do, which is without anything selected, right click, go to inspector window, and as we usually do here, scroll down and tick open in presentation. Now we can see our line that shows us where the bottom of our device is. And I'm just going to put these to the left here and then give them a comment. I might make it, so go out of presentation mode for a second, and then down here, make a comment that says X min and max values. Add this to the presentation, and then in presentation mode, just drag this up here. Okay, not pretty, but save, close. Okay, so here we are. We're back in our world of Ableton. Our pan knob is still mapped, but it's not quite in the middle. Basically, when I'm standing in the middle here, I want this pan to be in the center. So now, if I move to my left and make sure that it's still tracking, then I pressed that at that point. So now you can see that's snapped over there. Now I'm going to move to my right and clicked that button. Now let's see. Do we have, we've got some data flow issues here. Oh, something's not right. Let's check it. What did I do wrong? Get out of presentation mode. Oh, that's looking better. Maybe I'll just save it and close it. Maybe I just want to reinstantiate it one more time. So just remove it in your Max for Live. This is it here. Cool. Go all the way to the left. Bang. And then all the way to the right. Bang. Nope, something's not quite right. What's wrong? What am I doing wrong? Worked at home. Let's check it. Oh, this is a terribly long video now. It's not what I wanted. There we go. We've got our face tracking happening. Everything's happy. Let's just see what happens when we press this button here. Take a message, put it there. There's our face. Then press bang. Oh, I'm not getting a value. Why not? What have I done wrong? This one's working. Ah, I've just plugged in the wrong thing. What a silly person. This number doesn't want to go into the toggle at all. It wants to go into the left or the right inlet of the gate. So concept was correct, execution terrible. And you've probably done the same thing too. So hopefully you kept watching till this point. Save, close. I'm going to reinstantiate this device one more time. There it is. All right, we've got some flowing data. Do we have data flowing? There it is. So you can see it's tracking my face. There's the numbers. There's the lights. All right, left value. And then right value. There we go. Don't smile too much. Looking over here. I'm panning my session. All this time I haven't even had any music in there. But, all right, so sorry for the longer video, 15 minutes, bit of troubleshooting. And I won't reshoot this, so. But yeah, we're panning. Now you could imagine we could use some other things too, like maybe we could use the Y-axis to control volume of the master. And we could even use something like position or how close we are, scale, to control something like reverb could be cool. But anyway, let's see how we go. We'll see you in the class. But long story short, we're using OSC to pan our Ableton set. Don't move too fast. There we go. Awesome. See you in class. Happy panning. Happy face tracking.